I'm normally not one to do mega builds, but in Labyrinthum, I do have plans for them. I haven't done any yet, but this city is going to have one. Now, they're not going to be up here. These are too... this area is just too small. But I'm going to be doing one over here. So, one of the first things I'm going to be building in this area is a university. Actually, much of this area is going to be university, and over there is going to be a big temple. Now, there is something over here. Now, we're going to have a whole bunch of buildings around in here. And that is the mega build. Multiple buildings, having a university campus. And what do they focus on? Well, one of them is right here. And it goes into this massive cave. We're going to have a kind of monster research facility here. So, yeah, we're going to have a few things that are built along the ceiling so that you can walk relatively safely and look down at all of those mobs down there. And I have to be careful because there is another layer up there, which I have to shield from lower. Well, I have to shield from that. I need some kind of roof. But there are other locations that I'm going to be doing mega builds. So, let's make it daytime. And let's go to the next location. And that happens to be right here. This is the capital city of the country that I'm currently working on. And this is going to be a pretty big project, the city itself. But what we're going to have up here is a palace. And it's going to be surrounded by walls. There's going to be multiple walls in this city. And then we're going to have some more buildings back here. But we're going to have government building way back here. This is going to be interesting because it's accessible from, I guess, multiple directions. But, of course, it's going to be accessible from the palace. Because, well, the leader of this government happens to live in the palace. So that is going to be one. But something I want to build here that's more of a fantasy-related thing is a massive tree. I usually don't do a lot of custom trees, but this is going to be a big one. And I need to incorporate a lot more magical things in this world. And although this is not a mega build, one of those locations happens to be, I believe, right... Is it over here? No. It's somewhere over here, I think. Yes, it's this. This is going to be a weird village to deal with, but there's going to be something big here, I think, related to magic. Something strange has happened here that's caused this village to be like this. But other mega builds, there's going to be at least one in each country. So let's go back here. This is the Japanese themed country. I'm going to have right here. And I even put a sign there. Going to have a castle. Japanese style castle right here. I'm not going to make it exactly Japanese, but it's going to be similar. So it's going to be a pretty big build for this city here, which is actually going to cover a very large area. And then if we go all the way up here, this is the capital city of this country over here, which is English themed, at least the name is. And this big hill is going to have our castle for this city. So right up there. But That's not the only thing in this city. Like, that's going to be a fairly big mega build, but I'm going to have a whole area over here where I'm going to be building some massive greenhouses. Because this is a fairly cold city and we need crops, right? So we're going to have big greenhouses, which is going to be interesting. Now, if we go over to this country, which is the Norse-themed country, we've got the capital city here, and we are going to have the castle right here. Perfect. So, Norse-style castle. We'll see how I design that, but it's going to be built right up here on the edge of this mountain and have an amazing view of the city right down there. So that's going to be fun. This area is going to be interesting to build in. Moving on to, let's see, this country. Now this is going to have one of the most unusual builds. I think I'm going to have a couple here. So, right here, we're not this exact location, but possibly here, because we're going to have the city built, the capital city built all around here and going into this area, which will be really interesting. But as for the castle, it's probably going to be up on this hill. It looks like it has the easiest access. But this is a really unusual spot, and this may have something as well. Something big, possibly dealing with magic. But this one, this is the crazy one. I'm going to have a village in there, all down there. But again, I think this needs something magic related up here. Great big magical academy? Perhaps. Some kind of magic university. Not Hogwarts, of course. But I think that is going to be a really interesting project. Especially with this really thin layer of stone here. Again, this is going to be all magic. So, there's a lot of bats around here. Wow. This is going to be a magic thing here, so gravity is not really an issue here. We're up in the clouds, too. That's going to be interesting. But I think that that is going to be probably the most challenging. This area is going to be incredibly interesting to build. And whoa, I did not mean to do that. But what do you think? This is a terrible location to stand. There we go. Let me just land here. So what do you think? I love the view here. Which project are you most interested in seeing done? Keep in mind it's going to be quite a while until I do any of them, because I do have a city to build way, way off in that direction. But let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.